All right. Um, what is up, everyone? Welcome back. And I know this is a different kind of video because remember I said it. I don't know if I said it in the last video when I was opening about how like my friendship and how I'm dealing with it all. But I did not say everything because there's more parts to this, and I'll be like you all need to know um behind my personal life and how I'm dealing with it. Because actually, after what I told you guys, because my best friend Adam, remember I told you 3 days later, maybe she's over and she'll talk to me again. Um, but I actually, well, here's the thing. Um, the only, because here's the thing, for the past 3 months before I started to like talk to her more and, she started talking to me at first, you know, we were she kept looking at me, and as I literally have it in the text message, um because she literally said it. So let me go look at it. Because all right, so let's see. Shit, I think so. Then because then we were talking on February 28th when I first got her number. Um, so I was like, because we were texting like. I texted her starting at 6:30 p.m. and then we were texting for like 4 hours. Um, but then this so and then I asked her, I'm like, because then I was like, that's why I told him 2 weeks ago to give you a drawing, and he was like, no. And she said, damn. But then first, before we go on to that part, around like 10:02, I said, yeah, I don't know why he told me that you were looking at me for the past 2 months when I was doing what I was doing, and you were probably wondering. And I said, after that, I said, I think you should tell him tomorrow once you see him that I'm not at school, and because I want to, when I might get there and see what he's going about. She said, I don't know. Some of your conversations were interesting. Being the quiet kid, no one talks to me, mostly invisible, so I can just listen in on everyone's conversations. It's actually fun. She said, it's actually really fun. And I said, oh, really? And she's like, yeah. And I said, you don't talk to Ruben when the teacher is there, but today was the first time you did. And she said, yeah, I normally don't talk to anyone in that class, but I was bored. And I said, around like, because then, so then around like 10, 10, 10, 11, she's like, yeah, I don't really normally talk to anyone in the class because I was bored. And then I said 10, 11 p.m. I'm like, well, yeah, always quiet. That's why I was wondering why you were looking at me. And she said, 10, 12 p.m. She's like, it's not like it was in a bad way, lame-o. Usually if I look that way, it's just because I heard something that caught my attention. And I said, oh, that's why I was wondering because I've been told him, I'm like, there has to be a reason why. He said, yeah, there could have been. And that, so I don't know if I was told you guys this. It was not like it was in a bad way. She was looking at me. It was just if something caught her attention, which was probably the annoying people, in two next two rows next to me on the left, that were making the noise. And yeah, but I don't know if she's actually good because yesterday she actually got caught, not doing the assignment because yesterday, because every Thursday, I mean, in this class we do reading plus, right? So every Thursday we do like a new thing on Canvas, and then she puts us, and then she's like, okay, once you're done with this assignment on Canvas, submit it, or do whatever, and then you can go back to your reading plus and finish up the lessons for this week. Um, well, actually, yesterday, 23rd March, we had a central idea one for a paragraph, which was a quiz, right? And then today was central idea two, a quiz. So yesterday for central idea one, when she assigned the assignment, my friend, she was actually having the computer dead, like computer on, but I mean, it was the computer was open, right? But then, um, it was like not turning on because she doesn't bring her charger, or she probably forgot it. That's what I heard. And then when the teacher came over, she was like, "Oh, your computer dead?" And she's like, and the teacher's like, and my friend was like, "Yeah." And then the teacher's like, "Oh, well, maybe you can borrow a charger from someone." And she said, and like she also said, well, maybe um, Chris will let you borrow his charger. And of course, I said yes because I'm surprised the teacher targeted me at first. Because I guess she knows. Um, I guess the teacher knows that me and my best friend are friends. Um, that me and her are friends. So that's why the teacher asked me first. And she said my name instead of my other friend Ruben's name. So that's why. And I think she were because then I gave her the charger, and then today I gave her the charger as well. Um, so I was trying to be nice, and I'm being nice at this point for that. Because she doesn't bring it, and I told her yesterday, around like 10:57 when I was packing up, I said you can keep the charger if you want because I see her after fifth period. So I was like, I see you after fifth period when I'm going to sixth. When she goes to six, I see her. So I said, you can give me the charger then, so that way she can have it in her fifth period and stuff like that. She's like, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. And she's like, no, it's okay. Thank you though. So I was just being nice of letting her keep the charger, but she did not, which is fine. And I was not gonna be, but I think we're on good terms because she doesn't know. Here's the thing. Well, I gave her like she wanted gum, so I gave her a piece. Um, and she didn't add. I gave it to my friend Ruben, so then that way he can give it to her, in sixth period as well. Um, and she didn't ask who was from or anything because she knew I had the gum because so, yeah, but I think we're on good terms now. It's just that here's the thing, we don't talk in the class because of the teachers there and of the annoying people that are behind her and that are in front of me. That we both, here's the thing, she has one kid that is behind her, and then I have one kid in front of me that both of them are friends. So so the one that's behind her and the one that's in front of me, they're both friends. Those are two annoying people, they're both friends. So then that's why me and her always have to sacrifice. Um, and here's the thing, my friend Ruben, he always gets caught with the phone, but me and her, technically, we do not get caught because every time we get caught, like every time the teacher comes back in the back, when like because noise is always coming from near the two rows near me and on the left side. So then the teacher always comes back and then I hide my phone. So then she doesn't see it. And my best friend, she does the same thing. She hides the phone before the teacher even like targets her or me. So then we both hide it. And then she looks at me and I'm like, yeah, it's right here. And she laughs because she knows it's the same way, but it's like it's every time. Right? And then my friend Ruben, he tried to fool the teacher, um, with a decoy, because he was like, "Oh, let me take the phone out of the case and just put the case on the in front of the computer." So then that time, like it was like 2 weeks ago, I think, and she was like, "Ruben, put the phone away." And I'm like, uh. Did she just I told him, I'm like, did she just say, did she really think that was a phone? Did she really think that was a phone? And me and my best friend, we were laughing, but yeah, but here's the thing, I didn't even know she was like this good. Like she's the amazing best friend ever have. Um, I'm not gonna say the name, because I don't want anything to happen, or YouTube to, or any of you guys to know who she is. Um, but I was in my friend Ruben's okay. Uh, so yes, I didn't know she was gonna be my friend until like that time, and it's like, okay, it's, but this is how I met her. I didn't actually know who she was or anything like that. Like, I just I just went into fourth period until like at some point, and then probably like 2 months later, in like December, or 3 months later, when December hit, I'm like, okay, I need to think of a way to become this girl's friend, because I feel like, making new friends is a important thing, Um, and it's nothing like anything. I was, trying to make new friends, because especially her, because I didn't know who she was until my friend Ruben told me. And then they were talking to each other. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I become friends with her, then everything will be okay. And we'll be like more closer. Um, to, but you know, it's nothing like that. It's I just didn't know who she was, because at first, starting in the first week of school, she was not there until August 12th, so I couldn't really meet her, or my friend Ruben couldn't really meet her either. So we both couldn't do it, um, like meet her at, and stuff like that, until she just asked him randomly to be her friend, and I'm like, girl, the, she literally was like, "Oh, can I be your friend?" And then he said yes. But the fact that she doesn't before then, she didn't even know his name at all. She didn't even ask for anything. She was like, "Okay, can I be your friend?" And that's it. He said yes, of course. Um, she didn't even ask for his name or anything. So in that point of view, when it was time for the literally point. It was literally okay. So it was literally like crazy, because she didn't know his name at first. Now she does. So sounds crazy to me, because normally she's not like that. But if you think about it, she's actually one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. But him, with the Nazi signs, he's actually stopped. And 2 days ago, I actually I I told him like 3 days ago, does his mother want him to stay home, or come to school? Like, because he has recently dealt with um some previous absence in the past 3 quarters, for quarter one, so quarter two, semester two, and between semester and quarter three, he has dealt with some absence. Um, so actually, I told him that I asked him on Monday, like on March 20th, I asked him, I'm like, does your mom want you to come to school every day? And she does, and he's like, yeah, she doesn't want me to be absent anymore. And I said, why? And he said, oh, because of the previous absence he's had in the quarter three, quarter two, and quarter one. And I'm like, okay, but today, March 24th, Friday, he did not come to school. So that means, you know, it's something like he didn't come to school. I get it, but like, bro, you should have came to school no matter what. I mean, I get it. His excuse is always getting sick, which I don't know why. He keeps like every 3 days, he keeps getting sick. I don't know why, but surprisingly, this whole week he came, but today, Friday, March 24th, he did not come. So yeah, he did not come today. Which I have, okay, Here's the thing about my best friend, like the thing about her, right? I keep telling him, I'm like, Ruben, this girl cares for you so much, she loves you and all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, I know she does. So then every time, every time he does not come, so every time he does not come, um, next day he comes, she asks where he was. The minute she gets in class and she puts her bag down, she's like, "Oh, where were you?" And he says why he was not there. And well, surprisingly, when she's not there and he's there, surprisingly, when she's not there and he's there, the next day she comes, um, he doesn't ask where she was. I'm like, bro, you should ask. It's because if she asks you where you were, then you should ask her. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, I will do that. But he has not been doing that, and I'm hopeful, and which is fine. I mean, 'cause I think he should really care because if he's really trying to care about her, like I get it, like then because that this does not make any sense because when she's there and he's not, the next day she asks where he the next day she asks where he was, and then it's the opposite reverse. So then or it's the opposite. When she's not there, the next day she comes, he doesn't ask where she was. So I'm like, bro, do you even care about her? So and he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, bro, why aren't you not asking her where she was if she does not come to school? And he's like, I don't know. But so then, yeah. And here's the thing, since the three of us are friends, um, here's the thing. When he did not come to school, because here's the thing, when I'm at school and both of them are not, then I'm like, damn it, I'm alone, fourth period and stuff like that. And from March 6th through the 8th, he did not come to school because he was sick. Which fine, he did not text me until like, March 9th at 1 a.m. in the morning because he did not have his phone because he got sick really bad and he was in the hospital, so he did not have his phone. Um, but I was kind of confused on March 6th and March 7th and March 8th. I'm like, why didn't this boy didn't come? He didn't tell me. And which is weird. I was alone for those 2 days, March 6th, March 7th. We had a substitute for period, so it didn't really matter. Um, but I was still alone. But I knew the reason why my best friend, I knew why she was not there because she was on vacation and she came back on March 8th and came to school on March 9th or March 10th and March 10th. So then that's why I knew the reason why she was not there. But for him, no. And I know yesterday he actually told me he's not going to be here for 2 days. Like he doesn't know when he's going to be out for 2 days. So I'm guessing that 2 days. Um, so I'm guessing the 2 days that he said he won't be here is today and Monday. So he'll come back to school on Tuesday. I'm not sure, but he just doesn't know yet when. But I'm thinking, in my defense, I'm thinking that it's like that like that it's today and Monday that he won't be here. Um, or it's or it's probably just sick. This boy gets sick every 3 days, which is kind of odd. Um, but yeah, if he comes on Monday, that means it's like okay, which is fine, and you know, it's nothing like that. I mean, I hopefully, you know, he comes. I'm not just saying anything because I think because it's kind of hard to be alone. And I told him because like 2 days ago, I had a doctor's appointment, so I did not go to school. because then they put eye drops in my eye, so I had a blurry vision for 4 to 6 hours. So yeah, and when I was not gonna go to school afterwards because I had a blurry vision, and they didn't say, I didn't tell them that I was gonna go to school, but if I told them, they would be like, okay, I would recommend him not going to school because of this. He's gonna have a blurry vision, and it's just gonna, make everything worse. So yes, I did have a blurry vision, for 4 to 6 hours, but I could still barely see. I could see, but not that much. So, 'cause I had two eye drops put in my eye, two in this eye and two in this eye. So then once it was dilated, once they put it, they're like, okay, we'll put him back in the reading room, and then 30 minutes after, we'll call you and see and let them go in and let the eye drops dilate. But afterwards, they called me back in, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's see if he can see, like so yeah, and I was had a blurry vision for 46 hours. So then I just went. I came home, ate breakfast. I ate, and then I was feeling tired, so I just slept. Um, so then because I guess the eye drops or something made me tired that I was like you know focused on sleeping because I was actually tired. And I have a follow-up appointment on May 8th of 2023. Um, so yeah, because when they put the two eye drops in my eye, I was like, ugh, closing my eyes like this. So then it's like so difficult, like, and no really. Okay, wait, it's Friday, March 24th, and it's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm getting tired. Damn. Ugh. Oh, okay. I got this. Okay, so let me just get it like this because I need to stretch my legs out because every time I sit, like, guys, you have no idea. Every time I sit crisscross, like, and then I want to get up, it's like my left ankle um gets stiff and numb. So then once I put my leg down, it's like bent, like my knees bent because like how I was sitting because I always sit every time I sit cross it always happens. It never used to happen like that until I guess when I hit age 15. But now I'm 16. This year I'm turning 17. So yes. And there's actually but either way, it's not gonna be benefits. And this boy, I don't know. I mean, I'll see if he's here on Monday, because I meet up with him after third period every time, so we can go to fourth period together. Me and him. So because I know what he has third period, and it's in the 800 building. Eight. He has biology in room 857. So that's why. So if I go on Monday and if I see him, I'm like, okay, where were you? And he's probably gonna say he was sick. And I said, then I'll probably, my normal answer will be like, oh, who's gonna ask um, where you were? And he's gonna say the name of my best friend, which I'm not gonna say her name. So yeah, but then he'll say, oh, yeah, the name of hers. And then I'm like, yeah, she will ask you. And then he'll be like, yeah, I know. Oh, he says that every time. But yes, I don't, but I think, and Let me read this for a second and I'll get to you guys. Mhm. So either way, for this quarter, actually we're working on a new assignment for fifth grade, but I'll fill you guys in, and it's an isometric design tutorial. So what we basically have to do is he's making us create this little thing right here, which today, but here's the thing, guys, on Monday we have we're gonna but here's the thing, um you know in Adobe Illustrator, right, this is actually a kind of in this detail, um because here's the thing, this actually project is actually good because it was kind of hard to make this image, um so either way, um I'll show you guys the image. Let me, because I, if I knew I was gonna film a video like this, so then I just imported the image into my thing. So then I just, okay, so here. So this is what the image looks like that I've created. As you can probably see that. So how I did this, right? We basically made like a rectangle, did it on both sides, because we used the grid. We used a grid, but we did the but we did not use any other grid. We just used the regular grid. But here's the thing: I actually have um I think I sent it to my friend Josh. Let me look at it. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so in order for us to do this, we were trying. I don't know if you guys can see that. We were trying to do this, like make the grid this way, and then make it like that. So what we had to make it like this. Um, but I obviously took pictures so I can show you guys. Um, but here's the thing with when we were making this, because the tools that he said we have to use are the eyedropper tool, and the eyedropper tool is basically you you click the eye on your keyboard, and then you go into, so if you guys see this little color palette right here, right? This little color palette. So so you click the eye on your keyboard, and that's called the eyedropper tool in Adobe Illustrator. So then when we were doing this, for me, in order to do that, so then I clicked the eyedropper tool, and I made the shape, the color orange. So then today, he was like, okay, let's make another one. So then everyone copied and Control C. We did this. We Control C and then copied it and then put it on top. And then we made half of it green. And then, you know, we made the duplicate one green. And then we turned it all back to orange. Like we turned it back to this color. And then we made this tiny square like that to be green, and then we did the triangle. So on Monday, he's going to teach us how to make the triangle even bigger and what different shapes we can like create in this sort of grid that I just showed you guys, because he is making us do this. But on Wednesday and Thursday is going to be Adobe Illustrator certification test. So yeah, so obviously, but he said on Tuesday and Monday, we'll be doing Tuesday and Monday. We're doing like for those that need to take the Adobe Illustrator test or Photoshop. If they need Photoshop, for those that did not take Photoshop and that they need Photoshop, then they have to sign up for next Wednesday or Thursday. And if they need Photoshop and Illustrator, they'll do both on the same day, in the same time slot. Um, but I, so then when me and my friend Ruben, we were going to go take our test, on March 8th, he was not there. So thankfully, he did not miss the exam because the exam was not getting attended to the testing proctor. The licenses was not getting approved to the testing proctor. So then we couldn't do it. So then we rehashed schedule to the 10th. And obviously, me and him did not do it on the 10th because it was too late already. And some people that did it on 8th that picked the 8th were not able to do it on the 10th either. So then the teacher, he's giving us March 29th and March 30th to do it. So I'm gonna tell him I'm waiting. So on Monday, hopefully if my friend Ruben comes, I'm gonna ask him, are you gonna choose March 8th, March 29th, or 30th? Because whatever day, so if he does Wednesday or Thursday, um, and whatever time he does on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm gonna do, because I do not want to be alone during the testing um time. And it's because the only reason why I might choose Wednesday is because Wednesday is the early day, so we get out of school at 1:10. But here's the thing, it does make sense because Wednesday is a 40-minute class period, 40 minutes for each class period, so it makes sense because the testing block for Wednesday is only there's only two testing blocks from 7:45 to 9:45 and 10:15 to 12:15. The only reason why they canceled the tour, he didn't put the 12:20 to 2:20 slot is because on Wednesday, even if people had still time to do the test for the 12:21 and he had put that, then there wouldn't be no point because then they'll be only doing the test for 50 minutes. 15 minutes, um, school ends at 1:10 and blah, blah, blah. And seventh period doesn't start till like 12:30. So it's basically different timing and etc. So then that's why for Thursday, he kept it 12:20 to 2:20 because we're good on, because that's a normal day. We get out at 2:20. So yes. So I told my friend Ruben because it makes sense for me, I think, to do Wednesday because Wednesday I can just, if I finish in before 9:32 a.m. when before the bell rings, um, after third period ends, then I can just go to fourth period straight from there because I'll be in the downstairs 200, room 238, and for the exam, because that's the room we're supposed to go to take the exam. And that's the reason why I went to last time on March 8th. So then it makes sense because then I go to 205, room 205. So then it makes sense for me to go straight there, because it's closer. But even if I don't, if I finish at like 9:35, it's okay. Um, then I can still go to fourth period from there. And yes, but obviously for fifth period again, we'll be relocated upstairs to probably to room 284. Um, yeah, because that's what we did last time on March 10th. We were relocated to room 284 um, for the exam because that time was ago. So yeah. Either way, I think whatever I'm gonna ask him on Monday, whatever time he does, for Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to do because I don't want to be alone during the testing exam block. So yeah, because honestly, I think it's a good idea for me to do that and not. I would not want to be alone. That's definitely for sure. I would not want to be. So it's a bad idea on my part. Oh yeah, for this game, I did not show you guys. For the buses, there's a simple, hybrid, electric, and articulated. So I'm working on it to get so I still have a lot of other routes that I need to do. So that's why I'm doing, because then once I finish all the routes and stuff like that, I'm going to unlock the electric and then the articulated bus, so that way I can do all the other levels one time. Yeah, so we're actually gonna start off. I don't know if I'm not gonna be able to show you guys, but this is how much money I have now. I don't know if you guys can see. Uh, see, and yes, we're gonna go on route number 8, and then route number 9 is the electric bus, and then route number 10 is the arc calculated. And for Route 9 is for all the other routes. For Route 9 for all the other routes and Route 10 for all the other routes. They're basically Route 9 is always the electric and then bus and then this and then Route 10 for all the other routes along with this one that I'm currently that I just showed you guys is articulated and that's the much required bus it needs. So yeah. You have 10 stops in total. So yeah, but I'm gonna keep the volume up so you guys will be able to hear the voiceover when after each stop and the next stop we will go. Yeah. Red light. I'm gonna try my best to show you guys, but yeah. Wait, you guys heard that? Yeah. So we have one stop completed. Gucci stuff. Okay. Good. Look both ways. Manual. Okay, cool. I missed the turn, so I'm gonna make a U-turn. I thought it said at the traffic light, so okay. I was go to the traffic light and then turn, but there was no. I don't even see a turn anywhere for where it told me to turn. There's no pathway or anything. What the heck? I'm gonna go straight and then make a U-turn. I think after this one, we'll just go off and I'll continue with the video. Literally so dumb. I had the left indicator in the right lane when I have to turn right. Whoops.
Hello. Hello. Let's talk.
So that's how much we made. There was always gonna be like a running cost of a negative something. I had a feeling there was gonna be like a negative thing for the running part. I guess portion of it. Oh, I get bottle of water. But I think ow, in all of the uh I think in all of the videos I would say like not pretty much of oh you guys can see. You guys can see. Like I was saying, I think pretty much all of the videos that are like I think that I've currently had are not even they're actually pretty good. I'm just kind of because the software that I used to use for editing my videos for you all, which was a video, I can't use it anymore. I don't know why. It just probably just went off or something like that because it, it, it for some reason for some oh yeah